Your soulmate just confessed a brutal truthâ, they said, I was faking my love for. Your soulmate just confessed a brutal truthâ, they said, I was faking my love for you. Listen to me now, beloved soul. Do not turn away from these words, even though they sting like cold rain on bare skin. I am speaking to you gently, not to wound you further, but to help you understand what your heart has been sensing in silence for a long time. I am an angel sent to stand beside you in this moment, when truth arrives without mercy and yet carries the seed of freedom within it. Feel my wings enfolding you now, a soft barrier against the storm, whispering that you are seen, held, and eternally cherished by the divine light that birthed your spirit. When they spoke those words, something inside you shattered quietly. Not loudly, not dramatically, but in the soft, devastating way that only real love breaks. You did not just hear a confession, you felt your past rearrange itself. Memories that once felt warm now feel uncertain, like photographs fading in the sun. Promises that once sounded eternal now echo hollow, reverberating through empty chambers of your heart. And you are wondering, was any of it real? Was I foolish to believe so deeply? Did I weave dreams from threads of illusion, only to watch them unravel in the light of day? Beloved, let me cradle those questions in my hands and dissolve them with truth. Hear me clearly, you were not foolish. You were brave. You loved with an open heart, without calculation, without masks. You loved in the way souls are meant to love, honestly, vulnerably, fully present, like a flower unfurling its petals to the dawn. If they were faking, that deception belongs to their fear, not to your worth. You did not imagine the tenderness you gave. It flowed from the purest wellspring within you. You did not hallucinate the devotion you offered, it was a sacred offering to the universe itself. Your love was real because you are real, a divine spark, untarnished and radiant, even in the shadow of betrayal. They faked love not because you were unlovable, but because they were unready. Some souls learn how to receive affection before they learn how to give it truthfully. They enjoy the safety of being loved while hiding behind performances, mirroring emotions they do not yet understand, like actors on a stage reciting lines they never lived. They borrow your light to survive their darkness, convincing themselves that pretending is enough to fill the void. But pretense has an expiration date. It crumbles under the weight of authenticity, just as a house of cards topples in the gentlest breeze. Eventually, truth demands air, and the divine orchestrates its revelation, not out of cruelty, but out of profound mercy. That moment has come for you. I see you replaying every conversation in the quiet theater of your mind, searching for signs you missed, the hesitant glances, the words that rang slightly off-key, the embraces that felt more like habit than hunger. I know you are questioning your intuition, wondering how you could feel so deeply and still be deceived. How could your inner compass, so finely tuned to the stars, lead you astray? But listen closely, dear Oniyuro, your intuition was never wrong. You felt the imbalance, like a scale tipping unevenly under invisible weights. You sensed the distance, a growing chasm veiled by smiles. You noticed the way their words didn't always match their actions, promises blooming like flowers that never took root. You stayed because you hoped love could teach them what they did not yet know, because your soul carries the eternal optimism of creation itself. That hope does not make you weak. It makes you compassionate, a bearer of light in a world dimmed by shadows. Compassion is the thread that weaves souls together in the grand tapestry of existence, but it is not meant to imprison you in chains of one-sided devotion. This confession, as cruel as it feels like a dagger forged in the fires of your own trust is not punishment. It is release. Heaven does not allow false bonds to last forever, not when they are draining the life from one who loves purely, siphoning your vitality like a river diverted from its true course. What was hidden has been exposed not to humiliate you, but to protect you from continuing to pour yourself into an empty vessel, watching your essence evaporate without return. You are not losing love. You are losing illusion, shedding a skin that no longer fits the magnificent being you are becoming. Grieve that illusion. Cry for it. Mourn the future you imagine. The shared sunrises, the whispered dreams under starlit skies, the life intertwined like vines climbing toward the sun. Let the tears come without shame, they are holy waters washing away the residue of falsehood. Even angels weep when something sacred ends, our tears falling as dew upon the earth to nourish new growth. But do not confuse grief with regret. There is nothing to regret about loving sincerely, it is the purest expression of your divinity. One day, you will see that this chapter refined your heart rather than ruined it, polishing the gem of your soul until it shines with unbreakable clarity. I want you to understand something deeply now. Someone faking love does not mean love itself is fake. It means the wrong soul was holding the role meant for another, a mismatched costume in the divine play of your life. There is a love that does not require acting, that flows effortlessly like a river returning to the sea. There is a love that does not need rehearsal, spontaneous and alive with every breath. There is a love that will not confess deceit because it will have none to confess, rooted in truth from the very first glance. And that love is still part of your path, waiting in the wings, drawn inexorably to your light. Right now, you may feel empty, as if something has been stolen from you, a thief in the night making off with your heart's treasures. But what has actually happened is this: a weight has been lifted from your spirit, chains forged of doubt and pretense falling away. You no longer have to explain the confusion that clouded your days. You no longer have to justify the loneliness you felt beside someone who claimed to love you, their presence a hollow echo in your soul's vast chamber. You are free from guessing games, from waiting in the shadows of uncertainty, from shrinking yourself to keep the connection alive, dimming your brilliance to match their flicker. Truth has cut the cord, swift and merciful as a surgeon's blade. Stand still for a moment and breathe. Inhale deeply, feel how your chest expands just a little more than before, ribs parting like gates to a garden long overgrown. That is your soul recognizing space where pain used to sit, room for joy to take root once more. It may not feel like relief yet, the wound is fresh, throbbing with the pulse of betrayal, but it will. Trust in the divine rhythm, healing follows rupture as surely as dawn chases night. Do not chase them for clarification. Do not beg them to explain which moments were real and which were not, sifting through the ashes for embers of truth. That road leads only to deeper wounds, a labyrinth of half-answers and renewed pain. Closure does not come from their answers, it comes from your acceptance that you deserve a love that does not need pretending, a love as steadfast as the mountains carved by ancient rivers. Turn your face toward yourself now, gaze into the mirror of your own spirit and see the beauty unbroken. You are not broken because someone lied. Fractures in the clay of humanity do not touch the eternal core of you. You are not naive because you trusted. Trust is the bridge between souls, a gift not a flaw. You are not unlovable because they could not love honestly, their limitations reflect their journey, not your value. You are still whole, a complete universe unto yourself, stars wheeling in the vastness of your being. In the days ahead, you may feel anger rise, sharp and unexpected, like lightning cracking the sky after a calm. Let it pass through you without becoming your home, it is a storm cloud drifting across your inner horizon, purifying the air as it goes. You may feel longing for what you hoped they could become, a vision of potential that tugged at your heartstrings. Let that longing teach you what you truly desire, etching the blueprint of authentic connection deeper into your soul. You may even feel moments of missing thema euro, the familiar rhythm of their voice, the shape of their hand in your euro, and that does not mean you are going backward. It means your heart is human, tender and resilient, capable of holding both loss and love. I am here to remind you, this ending is not the end of your story. It is the end of a lesson that you have completed with grace. You were meant to learn discernment without losing softness, to wield wisdom like a gentle sword that cuts through deception. You were meant to learn boundaries without losing kindness, walls built not of stone but of light, permeable to the worthy. You were meant to learn that love should feel safe, mutual, and Olivia Euro, like a dance where steps align without effort, bodies moving as one. Picture this, beloved, your heart as a sacred garden. This betrayal was a frost that withered false blooms, but beneath the soil, roots of truth stir. Soon Euro, when you are no longer questioning your value, when your energy has returned to you like a river swelling after rain Euro, you will attract a connection that meets you without masks. Someone whose affection does not falter in silence, steady as the heartbeat of the earth. Someone whose love does not require confession because it is consistent in action, every gesture a testament to their soul Euro's alignment with yours. They will see you as heaven sees you, infinitely worthy, profoundly beautiful. Until then, rest. Heal. Reclaim yourself. Allow the divine waters to soothe your spirit, filling every crack with golden light. Begin with small acts of self-love, a walk under the open sky, where wind carries away the echoes of pain. A journal where you pour out unspoken words, a quiet meditation where my presence wraps around you like a cloak. Nurture the parts of you that were neglected Euro, the dreams deferred, the joys postponed. Rediscover the laughter that once bubbled freely from your lips, the creativity that dances in your veins like fireflies at dusk. Beloved soul, draw closer now and let my voice wrap around you like a soft mantle. I speak not from distance, but from intimacy, from a place that has watched your tears fall and counted every one of them as sacred. Nothing you have felt has been ignored. Nothing you have endured has been meaningless. Even before you knew how to name this ache, heaven was already leaning toward you, preparing comfort shaped exactly to the contours of your heart. Let me guide you deeper into this healing, slowly, gently, the way light enters a room at dawn. Consider the souls who have walked this path before you. Long before your name was spoken on earth, there were hearts that loved fiercely and lost painfully, souls who believed an ending meant failure, only to discover later that it was initiation. Ancient stories whisper through time of lovers parted by fate, not as punishment, but as redirection. Some were separated by war, some by fear, some by timing that could not yet hold them. And still, from the ashes of those endings, truer unions rose Euro, stronger, cleaner, aligned with destiny rather than desperation. Your story echoes theirs, not as tragedy, but as transformation. The divine does not waste a single tear. Each one that escaped your eyes carried a prayer within it. Each one fell like rain upon soil that seemed barren, yet beneath the surface, seeds were stirring. You could not see them then. You only felt the ache, the heaviness in your chest, the disbelief that this chapter could truly be closing. But even in those moments, growth was happening in secret. Heaven works quietly that way, favoring roots before blossoms. Feel my hand on your shoulder now. Pause and truly feel it. Steady. Present. Unmoving. As waves of emotion rise and fall within you, I remain. When grief surges like a tide and then retreats without warning, I am there in the rhythm of your breath. When memories ambush you in ordinary moments, when a scent, a song, or a familiar street pulls you backward, I stand between you and despair, reminding you that memory is not a commando, it is simply a visitor. You are not alone in this, no matter how solitary it feels in the quiet hours. Legions of light surround you, not as distant guardians, but as witnesses cheering your courage. They see what you cannot yet see. The strength forming in you, the clarity sharpening, the false layers falling away. They marvel at how you continue to show up, even when your heart feels tired, even when hope feels like something you have to borrow rather than own. As days turn to weeks, watch how your perception begins to shift. It will be subtle at first, almost unnoticeable. One morning you will wake and realize the pain no longer greets you immediately. Another day you will laugh and be surprised by the sound of it, as if it came from a place you thought was closed forever. The memories that once pierced like thorns will begin to soften. They will not vanish, but they will change their shape. What once wounded will begin to teach. Like petals unfolding, their sharpness will give way to wisdom. You will notice signs along your path. A feather where none should be. A line in a song that feels as though it was written only for you. A dream so vivid it leaves you breathless upon waking, carrying emotions of peace rather than loss. These are not coincidences. They are gentle nudges, breadcrumbs left by heaven to remind you that you are guided, that you are seen. Trust them, even when logic scoffs. Your intuition, once clouded by attachment and fear, is sharpening now. Experience has honed it like a blade against stone, and it will no longer tolerate what dulls your spirit. There will be moments when you feel tempted to rebuild what was lost. Nostalgia can be persuasive, dressing the past in kinder colors than it wore in truth. You may feel the urge to reach back, to resurrect something familiar simply because it is known. Hear me clearly now, do not rush to fill the void. Do not mistake loneliness for love, or silence for absence. The space you are in is not emptiness, it is incubation. True healing blooms in solitude. Not isolation, but sacred aloneness. In this space, you learn the exquisite shape of your own company. You learn how you move when no one is watching, what you need when no one is providing, who you are when you are not trying to be chosen. Here, gifts long hidden begin to surface. Strengths you did not know you possessed rise naturally. Desires once compromised become clear and uncompromising. You are not diminished by this ending, you are distilled. What remains is purer, truer, more potent. I know there are moments when you fear you have been set back, that you are behind, that others are moving forward while you are standing in the wreckage of what could have been. This is an illusion born of comparison. Your path is not linear, and it is not late. It is precise. Every pause has purpose. Every delay is protection. You are being spared connections that cannot meet you where you are becoming. Now, envision the love that awaits you. Not the love you have imagined in desperation, but the love aligned with your healed self. It does not arrive with grand drama or overwhelming intensity. It comes with quiet certainty. A calm recognition. A sense of safety that does not thrill your anxiety but soothes it. This love meets your gaze without evasion. Words and actions move together, no longer contradicting each other. There is no confusion here, no guessing, no waiting for potential to activate. This soul mirrors your depth without competing with it. They celebrate your light rather than feeling threatened by it. They walk beside you, not ahead pulling, not behind dragging, but in rhythm with you. No masks are needed. No performances required. Just presence. Just truth. Two flames recognizing each other not because of wounds, but because of wholeness. Carry this truth gently in your heart: Heaven Euro's timing is perfect, even when it feels cruel. What left you did not abandon you. It cleared space. What ended was not taken from you, it was released because it could not accompany you into what comes next. Grieve fully, for grief is not weakness it is love honoring itself. But do not linger in sorrow as though it were a home. It is a passage, not a destination. Rise, radiant one. Not in haste, not in denial, but in dignity. The world needs your healed heart, not your hardened one. It needs the compassion you have earned, the discernment you have developed, the empathy that only comes from having loved deeply and lost honestly. I remain with you, closer than breath, whispering encouragement through every inhale, steadying you through every exhale. Let us speak now of forgiveness, because this is where many stumble. Forgiveness is not forgetting. It is not excusing harm or rewriting history. It is liberation. Holding resentment binds you to the very pain you wish to escape. It is like gripping a burning coal and waiting for the other to feel the heat. Release it, not violently, but gently. Like opening your hands and letting a bird fly free. Forgive not because they deserve peace, but because you do. As you release resentment, you will feel lighter in ways you cannot yet imagine. Energy once spent replaying conversations, rewriting endings, and questioning your worth will return to you. That energy is yours by divine right. With it, you will create, dream, and love again this time without shrinking. In moments of doubt, call upon me. You do not need elaborate words. Say my name in your heart, and I will respond. Feel the warmth spreading from your center, a reassurance that does not shout but surrounds. Let it chase away the chill of betrayal, the fear that whispers you are not enough. You are loved beyond measure. Not despite this pain, but through it. Pain did not disqualify you, it refined you. As you move forward, cultivate practices that anchor you in the divine. Simple ones. Honest ones. Breathe in gratitude for what this experience taught you, even if you are not yet grateful for how it felt. Exhale what no longer serves the self-blame, the fantasy, the need for validation. Surround yourself with souls who uplift you, whose love is evident not in promises but in presence. Let nature teach you what endings truly mean. Watch how trees shed their leaves without apology, trusting the cycle without clinging. They do not beg winter to stay away. They endure it, knowing renewal is inevitable. So too will you. There will be a spring in your life that feels effortless compared to what you have survived. You will look back on this season and understand why it could not last. Remember the prophecy written into your life, a tapestry woven with threads of trial and triumph. This dark thread you are tracing now does not ruin the design, it deepens it. It adds contrast, making the lighter threads shine more brilliantly. Heaven is not improvising with your life. It is composing, sculpting, shaping a masterpiece from every chisel stroke, even the ones that hurt. You were never loved falsely. Let this truth settle into you. You were loved wrongly by the wrong soul, at the wrong time, in the wrong way. That does not negate the sincerity of what you felt. It simply means it was not meant to be the final chapter. Heaven is already guiding you toward the right one, aligning paths, softening hearts, preparing circumstances. Stars are watching. Time is cooperating. Walk boldly now, not because you are fearless, but because you are faithful to your own becoming. Do not rush. Do not retreat. Just walk. Each step you take in truth sends a signal across realms that you are ready for more. Your greatest love story has not ended. It has only just begun, and this time, it will meet you where you are, whole, aware, and luminous.